Today I'm going to be talking about a game that I've been playing for the past 8 months, but has already felt like an eternity, and that's League of Legends. Now, League of Legends is a game that I always strayed away from playing in the past due to its reputation that it had online for being such a, toxic community with bad players. It's a bad game, it's too complicated, it's not friendly to new players. I just heard all of these bad things about the game. But then, I decided to play it. And after a while of playing it, I realized that the game was pretty fun. It was a lot of fun. But I couldn't quite put my finger on why. Now, I'd been playing a similar MOBA, Heroes of the Storm, for 3 years up to that point in September of 2019 when I started playing League of Legends. It's a game I had a lot of fun with, and it's a very simple to play MOBA. It's very good for people trying to get into the genre like myself. So when I made the jump to League, it just felt so fresh, so different. But why was it so fun to me? Why was it so much more fun than Heroes of the Storm? I wanted to set out to try and find out why. Why was this game so much more fun to me? Was it something outside of the game? Was it something inside of the game? So before I go into the game itself, let me talk a little bit about the outer edges of the game itself. So League of Legends is a multiplayer online battle arena game, or a MOBA, that's developed and published by Riot Games for PC. It was originally based on a Warcraft 3 mod known as Defense of the Ancients, which saw the players controlling a bunch of characters and fighting them in different lanes of combat on one big battlefield. It released on October 27th of 2009, and it's been growing and growing ever since then. The game just celebrated its 10th anniversary, and they're still going strong, releasing new patches every other week, releasing new characters, new skins, new themed events. There's always something new when you log back into League. And so one of the new things they added to League of Legends back in 2019 that first brought me to the game was Teamfight Tactics. Now, Teamfight Tactics wasn't anything like the base game of League. It was actually an auto chess game, nothing like a MOBA. However, it got me to download the client. So when I downloaded the client, I saw that in order to play a game of Teamfight Tactics, you needed to complete the tutorial. And so I hopped into a tutorial and started playing the game. It didn't seem all that different from Heroes of the Storm, although I do remember it was quite overwhelming to see all these new mechanics in the game, like last-hitting minions, farming gold, farming jungle monsters, buying items. All these new and weird concepts being thrust upon me. Needless to say, I was pretty intrigued on playing, so I got my friends to play some games with me. Me and my friends have always been divided on whether Heroes of the Storm or League of Legends was better, so every once in a while my friends who played League would play Heroes of the Storm with us, but we never played League of Legends with them. Well, after a while we started getting into our first games with each other, and it was kind of a nightmare. Playing your first few games of League of Legends in real lobbies is kind of overwhelming. There are people in this game that have played for over 5 years, perhaps even a decade if they've been playing since the beginning. And it's just something that kind of baffles you as a new player. However, from those first few games, even though we were, losing, there's something that made me want to keep going. And to go into that, I need to start going into the mechanics of the game. Firstly, when you begin playing League of Legends, Not only does it make you play the tutorial, but when you complete the tutorial, they give you an option of one of 5 characters to start off with. At the time, I didn't know what any of the roles meant in this game, so I just kind of, picked a champion. I picked Lux. After picking your first champion in the tutorial, you find that the game encourages you to come back every day and play a game for 1 week. And every day you get a new reward. Whether it be a new character, some new cosmetics to put on your characters, or even some blue essence to buy any character you want. There was always something new every single day. So let's begin with game reward systems. This is something that can be seen in most other games, whether it be, World of Warcraft, whether it be Super Mario Brothers, or of course League. The idea of that something new is always around the corner, or a new prize is waiting for you in a game, can keep the player going for hours and hours and hours to see what can await them. In World of Warcraft, finishing quests obviously gives you experience and gold to level up. In Mario, the reward is getting to the end of the level, finishing a hard level and getting closer to beating the game. In League of Legends, rewards kind of work differently after you finish your new player experience. After the new player experience is over, League just kind of throws you into it. You're allowed to buy any champions you want, play any roles you want, and just work towards getting smaller rewards. However, this open-endedness kind of works to League's advantage because you, the player, can make any reward you want. If you want to get in and start playing some ranked games, then the reward for hitting level 30 is that you get to play ranked games. If you want to try out new characters and see what role fits you best, then your reward for playing the game is unlocking new characters and trying out new builds. Even as a player who's been playing for over half a year, I still look forward to leveling up and getting champion capsules every level. And of course, there's the first win of the day bonus that gives you 50 blue essence and 400 XP. It's the little things that add up in League, like these champion capsules, or occasionally, if you play very well and achieve an S rank in the game, League will give you a chest. Now, you need a key to open these chests, but inside the chests can be a whole number of things, whether it be hero shards to craft heroes at a discounted price, skin shards to craft skins for your heroes that you already have, gemstones which can nab you masterwork chests which will give you even rarer items, or rare skins if you save up all of your gemstones, or of course you can get emotes or ward skins, little things that don't affect gameplay but are just little cosmetics that you can customize. Now, how do you get keys? Well, you can either buy them, or League rewards you for being a good player by giving you key fragments every once in a while. If you've been getting commendations from your teammates for being a good team player, then Riot rewards you with key fragments. Once you get 3 key fragments, you craft a key, and you're allowed to open a chest. In League, there are little rewards scattered throughout the entire game, little things that you can keep doing to get more and more rewards. Realistically, it's a game that is so vast that the prizes never end. And I'll talk about that next, is the complexity of this game. One thing that's kind of polarizing about League of Legends is that its character roster is huge. To date, there are 148 champions that you can play in this game. And most of these champions can be played in different roles on the map. There are 5 roles on the map that you can play. Bottom, or AD carry. Support, which supports the bottom player or AD carry and helps them pick fights. Jungle, which clears the jungle of monsters and helps focus objectives on the map, such as dragons. Middle, which plays the middle of the map and usually has the role of roaming around and helping the team where they're needed. And top, which is usually the tank role of the team, usually just collecting stacks or leveling up as fast as they can in the top lane, and then helping come down with team fights. Since there are so many champions in this game, and so many places that you can play these champions, every game feels different, even if you're always playing the same character. There are tons and tons of different matchups that are winning and losing, and tied matchups that you can play every single game. For example, as you'll see in my gameplay, I like playing as Veigar, who is a mid-mage who focuses on getting stacks through killing minions and enemy champions. While he doesn't really thrive against any of the more assassin-like mid laners, he holds his own against most other mid-mages, and counterplay can be quite extensive, whether it be through team comp and your teammates, or through items. Items add another complete new layer of complexity to every single champion in this game, team comps in this game, and enemy team comps in this game. There are a vast majority of items that you build help your character, become stronger. Whether the item gives your character movement speed, or more attack damage, or more ability power for their spells. They can even give them armor, or magic resistance so they can take less damage from incoming sources. All of these items open up more and more opportunities to what you might want to build on a champion. Coming back to Veigar, he's a mage, so usually I'll build ability power on Veigar. But is the person I'm facing an assassin that keeps diving me with attack damage? Then I'll probably have to build armor first. Are they a mage with long range? Then I'll have to go magic resist. What if I want to have fun and try something new? Well, maybe then I try a different build, like Freeze Veigar. Every game can feel different, and, of course, every game can go a different way. You can win or lose. Which brings me to my next point. A big part of League is winning and losing. The community of this game can be rather hostile at times.
You probably had to do base.
Was he telling me to hit the tower? Because I need to get stacks.
I don't know. I think you're fine. There's nothing we can do there.
But winning and losing can sometimes come down to team composition, a single person's ability to play the game, or even if you can stay level-headed. Now, I can't count how many times in this game I have had horrible, horrible losing streaks. Games where I get flamed in the chat over and over, we concede at 15 minutes, and everybody reports each other after the end of the game. So if this happens so often, why do I keep having fun with the game? Well, sometimes enjoyment in this game doesn't come from winning. Sometimes enjoyment from this game comes from, playing with friends, or doing well on your own, even if your team is losing. There are studies that have concluded that people change their view on games based on, how well they're doing, or they'll switch up their strategies based on how well they're doing in order to have more fun. Just like I said before, the complexity that comes with building characters also comes the complexity of how much fun can I have with these builds. Sometimes building meme comps like full health tank Veigar can be pretty funny. Even if they're not very effective and they overall impede your performance, it doesn't mean that your satisfaction goes down. In fact, it can go up. Even if your entire team is flaming you for going full crit Set. As long as you're having fun and enjoying the game, realistically, that's all that should matter, right? Of course, climbing the rank ladder can also give you satisfaction. And this brings me to some of my last points. And that is that League of Legends is a free-to-play game. It doesn't cost anything to download the game, and you can start right away and get all of the champions in this game without needing to spend a single penny. Every week there's a rotating set of free heroes for you to try out, if you don't have them. And of course, just like I said, for winning a game every day, the game gives you 50 blue essence, which eventually gives you enough blue essence to craft any character you want. While the game isn't fun because it's free, its reach because the game is free is certainly alluring. Like I said, this game is free to play. You don't have to spend anything to play as all the characters that you want. However, the game also runs paid passes for events, and you can buy skins for the champs that you like. Or buy emotes. Buy chromas for the skins to make them look different. Even outright buy champions if you don't feel like waiting. Money well spent. Wait, not enough RP. Do I have to refresh the store? I do. Oh! There's a Hans Moleman emote! In a world where most online service games cost $60 at the beginning, and then also cost money to buy each and every DLC, this is a nice breath of fresh air, where you don't really have to spend money to have fun. Everyone can play the game differently, however they want to, based on if they want to spend money or not. And now, to talk about gameplay, I'm going to look over my footage from a game that I recorded just last night.
I've never played as Vayne before. Actually, I have, but I've never done good.
Know that if the tables were turned, I would show you no mercy.
152 games on Vygar. And how many games do you have on Vayne? 3!
That's not bad.
It's not bad. You know, 3 games, not the first
I
game.
have no idea what her alt does.
Me neither. So the guy in call with me is Zach, and he's playing as Vayne, which he doesn't play very often. I'm playing as Vygar, because, you know, I wanted to show off my skills.
Alright, ultimate. Gain 25 attack damage and improvements to Night Hunter and Tumble. Night Hunter is the passive, okay.
Huh. So that's why I never notice it. There's no sound, there's no nothing.
For what?
For her ultimate.
Oh, there's more than that. It's like a whole paragraph. I have to farm, though. So if I run towards an enemy champion, I get 90 movement speed instead of 30. And hang on, let me last hit. Missed.
Blue card.
And my little dodgy roll is cooldown by 30% reduced and gain visibility when you tumble.
You can hear Zach right now reading off his abilities as he's playing the game. If that doesn't go to show you that this game is incredibly complicated in how many champions and abilities there are, to the point where we've been playing the game for 8 months and we still don't know what all of the characters do, I feel like that should speak volumes then and there. Now, some of the fun of this game comes from experience, learning the characters and getting really good at them. It's something that feels really good, learning a new character and progressing slowly but surely until they become one of your favorites. As you mature as a player of this game, you start to learn how to play as more champs, how to counter more champs, what's good and what's bad in this game. And sometimes half of the fun can come from just learning, well, how to play. Whereas just a couple months ago, I had no idea how to play characters in the bottom lane. Now I'm starting to get a better grip of it, and I'm starting to enjoy playing in the bottom lane more. As I try more heroes in the top lane, I hone in on my favorites and start to get better as them. And another point I have is the pleasure of control in this game. While all the champions do different things based on their spells and abilities and whatnot, every character plays different, and getting good as a character means you can try more wacky stuff with them. It's a matter of learning the controls, albeit they are simple controls, but learning the intricacies of these simple controls, learning what's good on the map, how to perform certain abilities, honing in and sharpening your skills, and showing off to your friends, can make this game much more fun. In a game like Mario Odyssey, where the controls are very complex, and it takes a lot of skill to do all of these speedrunning tricks, the pleasure of control in that game is learning how to control the game. In this game, the pleasure comes from, well, yes, learning how to control the game, but learning how to control the game on a professional level, knowing exactly when to use this ability to kill someone. In fact, in my recording, I've gotten so good as Vygar, it feels so satisfying to hit one of these on someone. Oh! Oh! Bye-bye! Oh god, Pike is here?
Yeah.
Hey Pike, how you doing, pal? It is just a regular part of the game, but it feels so good to land. Arr, it be in the cards, Mr. Squidward! Hold on now! I got him now!
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Pike's up to something.
Arr, it's in the cards, Mr. Squidward! It be in the cards!
You didn't get him, did you?
He had a very
got it.
perfect hourglass. I still killed him.
Darius inbound, Darius inbound. Kinda useless.
I can ult him. Bye-bye!
You can probably ult Kane.
The fireworks! I have enough stacks for the fireworks!
What does that do?
If you're over 1000 AP as Vigar and you have this skin and you ult, it shoots off fireworks.
Oh.
1 Q takes away Jinx's health bar. I set her down
All
to
of
a
it?
third of her health.
This is weird. This is Elder Dragon.
Bye-bye!
Vayne doesn't really have.
Do not
anything.
ever
You
try to
can
teleport on
auto-attack.
me again! Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Nick, look at me go.
I wanted to kill Jinx! And maybe that's what makes me keep coming back. The satisfaction of learning how to play the game better and better. Maybe it's that my friends all love this game, and we have a good time playing together with each other. For every bad game that I have in League of Legends, there's always another good one right around the corner. And of course, learning this game is never going to end for me, because I can keep learning every single champion as they release. And, well, this game doesn't show any signs of stopping soon. Just this year, they've added 3 new champions, with 2 more on the way. With 1 million more on the way. Since the game updates every 2 weeks, it's always going to be a different experience. Even old characters that are in the game and have been in the game for a long time sometimes get reworked, like Fiddlesticks and Volibear. While they used to fit the feel of the game back then, they're starting to feel stale now. So Riot decides to overhaul them and make them almost completely different from what they were before, making you have to learn them all over again. And that's just a really fun feeling, seeing the meta shake up in different ways because of new character releases or old character reworks, seeing what's good on new characters, seeing if old characters can still build the same way they used to. It's a game that, yes, on the outside, is full of complexities and is very, very hard to learn. But maybe that's what makes it fun. Maybe I'm a big nerd that likes to learn things. But a multitude of things. The free-to-play aspects, the reward-based experience, the pleasure of control, and even the day-to-day good and bad of this game. Maybe that's what makes it all worth it in this game. And maybe that's why I love League of Legends so much.